We've been speaking a little bit lately about vagal function, why it is so important, all the things that it does. We've touched on it in the past as well, but I want to talk to you about exercise and the role exercise plays in maintaining your vagal function, because it's often an overlooked aspect. And people talk about the energy mechanisms of fitness and the strength, but people often don't talk about the autonomic response that occurs with exercise. So when we start talking about exercise, what we need to understand is that there are two unique energy systems that we use for producing energy for activity every single day. Now, when we talk about this, what we're really talking about is your flight or fight responses and your parasympathetic system or your vagal responses. And these to some extent correlate with primarily glucose-dependent energy systems and fat metabolism systems, which also likely correlate with high-intensity exercise and low-intensity ongoing exercise. And these are the things that are really critical for us. So if we understand that high-intensity exercise tends to push our flight or fight responses and our sympathetics to try and get us moving and get the energy we need to get through it, then we also need to understand the other side of it, and that is long, ongoing, endurance-based exercises tend to promote vagal function and our parasympathetic tone. And I know that might be a bit disbelieving, but I want to show you something here, because this is a research study that was done a little while ago. And what they basically showed was that it's estimated that although some variability inevitably exists, it is observed in humans. Estimations yield a mean value of 1 billion heartbeats will occur in a lifetime across almost all homeothermic mammals. In other words, pretty much everyone that is warm-blooded. We have roughly about 1 billion beats to our heart in our lifetime. That's really what we're talking about. Okay, that's what it's estimated anyway. And we go through all this kind of stuff as it is. So one of the things that often gets discussed then is, well, if you only get 1 million beats, well, maybe you're better off not exercising and keeping your heart rate down. But one of the key things we understand about exercise is by getting your heart rate up and actually doing the exercise, you become more efficient from your cardiovascular system, you become more efficient from your energy mechanisms. Your heart rate becomes lower when you're not exercising, which means you use less heartbeats every day. So just think about that, yep? So more efficient, so therefore less heartbeats every single day. So one of the key things that we talk about often is with the exercise. That's why I was saying a little bit earlier about the importance of exercise and endurance exercise on vagal function, as opposed to high-intensity exercise. It is well known that endurance athletes tend to have a higher parasympathetic tone and lower resting heart rate than the general public. Okay, now we can put it down to all types of exercise, but we do know that high-intensity exercise, if you start pushing and pushing and pushing, tends to lead to higher adrenaline levels, higher cortisol levels, and that overtraining mechanism tends to lead to a higher heart rate, not a lower heart rate. Where with endurance athletes who are doing ongoing things at a lower heart rate, if they're doing things properly, may I add, and the heart rate is coming down, we tend to save beats, we tend to become more efficient, and potentially if we look at other research we've spoken about higher vagal function being associated with longevity, in theory that may potentially increase lifespan as well as calming your system down and helping brain function, immune function, and all other aspects as well. And this kind of fits in with our evolutionary species when we start knowing that we have kind of evolved as creatures of endurance more than anything else. So anyway guys, that's a little bit of an intake into exercise, longevity, vagal function, and potentially what you might need to consider with exercise is just slowing down and going longer, as opposed to trying to belt yourself up and go hard and go home straight away. May not necessarily be the best thing for you to keep doing ongoing. Anyway guys, if you have any questions with that, or maybe disagree with me, whatever, just post it up below and let's discuss it. Happy to speak with you guys, or PM me anytime you like. I shall see you in the next video. Bye for now.